Well, hi everybody. This is Julie Salva. You are at Stampin' Shine with Julie Salva, but you are at episode 1 of season 5 of the Great North American Stampin' Show. I am so excited to begin this new season. I'm going to be stamping again with Jody, who you know, and then we have 2 brand new gas girls. We've got Lauren Urbonas from Canada. What? Hence the North American Stampin' Show. And then we have Lisa Bowden from Washington State. So, I mean, from Tennessee, we went all the way across the country. And Jody's in Michigan. And I'm so excited because we are going to bring you some top-notch crafting challenges. So, what does this season look like? Well, you know the drill. We've got challenges. We all are going to post our interpretation of a product challenge. And then you are going to watch all 4 videos and vote for the one that you like the best. How do you vote? By clicking thumbs up. Of course, we love comments. We love when you subscribe. We love when you share. So make sure that you do that as well. So what's the challenge this season, Julie? Well, 2 things. First of all, you can count on us to be here every single week for June and July. We're going to take the month of August off, and then we'll be back in September. Here's the challenge. You will notice that there are suites in the idea book and catalog, okay? And you can see that they're suites because it says suite collection. So that's a clue. So what we are doing is each week we are going to take a different suite. And I know you're like, Julie, are you making cards from a suite? No. So be a listener. What we're doing is looking at the different layouts on the pages that talk about the suite. And then we're choosing a layout, and we can each choose a different layout. And we are doing our interpretation of that layout using whatever stamps we want, whatever paper we want, whatever DSP we want, all so that we can give you guys some tutorials and some confidence in saying, you know what? I love this layout, and I'm going to use what I have to make a card using that layout. So, are you ready to see the one I chose? I've got 3 choices here. I've got, that's 4, I had to count. 4 choices here, 7 choices. The layout that I chose is this one. Now I want to tell you what I saw. I saw some designer series paper. I saw a focal point. I saw a little banner, and I saw a sentiment. So, focal point, designer series paper, banner, sentiment. Let me show you the card that I designed. I designed a card using the Party Piggy stamp set. And here it is. Focal point, designer series paper, banner, sentiment. Now, as with all my projects, there's a little something hidden inside. So you gotta watch to see what I'm getting ready to teach you. Here's a clue. #funfold. Let's go. Okay, so like I told you, I'm using the Party Piggy stamp set. Actually, it's a bundle because there are dies, and I'm going to show them to you. I've been wanting to play with this for a while, and when I saw the layout, I thought this is going to be perfect. The dies actually come in, it looks like a little mini pack, but you get 5 dies. So you get a die for the pig body, the pig head, little flags, you can see those there. The party hat, you can see that there. And then this circle, well, we're going to talk about that. So let's get started stamping though. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need 3 pieces of cardstock or designer series paper. So this is a piece of Lost Lagoon designer series paper that I have cut down to 4 1/4 by 11. 4 1/4 by 11. And what am I going to do? I am going to score it at 5 1/2 inches. Now, what do we do when we score? If you've been watching me at all, you know, let me give you a little more room there so you can see. You know what we do? We park the dark. I learned this phrase from Missy Shipman, and I have only had 1 mistake since I learned that phrase. Park the dark, because that's my cutting blade. Now I'm going to score 5 1/2 and set this aside for right now. I'm coming back to it. But I want to tell you the other pieces that we're going to use. So this is Flirty Flamingo, okay? And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I used designer series paper because I loved the gingham. And this is from Everyday Happiness. And even though you might think, Julie, I thought that was in the last catalog. I don't know, do you still have that? We do. It's still available online. So I used it. And I cut this to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So let me go on and put these pieces together. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to set the card base aside for a little bit because the fun fold I'm going to teach you is going to come after this. So I'm just going to go on and adhere my DSP to my Flirty Flamingo mat. It's going to give me just a little bit of a mat, but I wanted a bright contrasting color, okay? So I think I've got it right there. I'll move this aside for now too. Then let's talk about our pig. So we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to stamp on Petal Pink. Y'all know, if you forgot, let me remind you, I am a little lazy. And so rather than stamping that pig on basic white and doing all the coloring, and I don't even think I'm that great a colorer anyway, I am stamping the pig on Petal Pink because I could be wrong, but pigs are pink. I'm using basic gray. I really like basic gray. Sometimes I don't want to use black because I feel like it's really stark, and this is one of those cases. So I'm using basic gray. I've got my body stamped, and I'm going to get my little pig's head stamped. What are we going to name him? You know, I have a history of naming my animals that I stamp. So we have a P, Polly, no, Porky the pig. That just, I don't know, I don't know about that. P, Patty the pig. I like, but no, then it could be a girl. Patrick the pig. That's what it's going to be. We're going to name him Patrick. All right. So I've got Patrick stamped. Now I do want to add a little bit of accent to Patrick. So I've pulled my Flirty Flamingo dark blend. I'm just using the dark one. And what I'm going to do is just go in and accent here. So I've got his ears. Patrick has a couple little spots here. And I don't know if you've ever seen a pig in the wild, but I absolutely feel as if they could have Flirty Flamingo spots. So I'm using my, my thin end and just doing a little bit of these highlights here, okay? Pretty much I'm just kind of coloring wherever the Stampin' Up! Artist drew accents. I love when they do that for me. They do the hard stuff. All I get to do is the fun stuff. So I'm doing these little accents here, okay? And then I will cut Patrick out. Now, we've got a die for Patrick's body. I think I'm gonna have to call him Patty. And y'all just work with me, it's a boy pig. I don't know, I like the name Patty for a boy. You know, like Irish. All right, so I would line that up there, and then we have a die for Patty's head. Patio Pig, that's what I'm going to call him, Patio Pig. All right, so I would run that through the Big Shot, and then I'd have these pieces. And I know you're like, well, Julie, why aren't you doing that right now? You know I don't like to run things through the Big Shot because it shakes everything. But I do want to show you something. I'm also going to take this circle die. What am I going to do with that? I am going to put that right in the middle of Patty Pig. Then I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. And through the magic of Big Shotness, I just made that word up, surprising no one, this is what we come up with. We have Patty's head and we have Patty's body with a big old hole in it. Well, why does he have a big old hole? You don't have to do this, but these accessories are designed to go together, and I just did it for the first time today. That's one thing I love about the Great North American Stampin' Show is it challenges me to get outside my box and just stamp something creative, try something new. So these discs, I don't know if you've noticed them before, these are small circle shaker domes. If we can name something in Stampin' Up! World with more than one word, we're gonna do it. This could be a disc, but instead it is a small circle shaker dome. Let me show you how it works. I'm gonna take these sequins, loose shaker sequins, aren't they fun? And I am going to put a few. Now, I always tell myself a few, Salva, because I'm like, if a little sparkly is good, a lot of sparkly is better. Okay, so that's so that's one reason I kind of only do a few, because as you can see, I will get them all over the place. I'll take those to the side and put them back in the case. But you want to have a few because if you have too many, it's not going to shake great. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Take a Pick tool just because it makes it easier, and I'm going to use it to peel this adhesive backing off. Okay, see how easy that is? There's no trying to get it done with my thumbnail or anything like that. And this is going to go inside Patty's belly. You'll see it in just a second, what it looks like. However, I need to close this up behind me. And if I just put it directly onto my card, you're going to see gingham behind it. And that's not going to look good. Most pigs don't have gingham bellies. So I've grabbed my 2-inch punch. And I'm going to go back to this same piece of petal pink I was stamping on. And I'm just going to punch out a petal pink circle. And then lay it, get back in there. Don't stick, or whatever. I'm going to lay it evenly over my disc. And what that's going to do, oh, that's really good. It's going to keep all my little shaker things inside. So now look what we're doing. Now we're shaking with business, right? So let's go on and adhere this. Now, if I were to just, using adhesive is going to be tricky because there's a little bit of elevation with this. So I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. It is not a big problem, okay? It's very easily fixed. So Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'll put, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them on here to hold this down securely. This one can go right here. You want to be careful when you put these on because you don't want to put them on in a way that you would be able to see the dimensional poke through. So, got these. Get the backing off of them. I've been going through a lot of dimensionals lately. And I noticed that you're like, Julie, you forgot to color. I did. I can go in and fix that real quick though. Okay. There we go. So now I'm just gonna adhere that. And y'all give me 30 seconds. Let's see if I can color these in 30 seconds. I think I can. What are we at right now? Maybe 10. I don't know. I hope you guys are as excited about this theme as I am. And here's something else that I want you to know. So 3 weeks out of the month, we will be doing the sweets, just choosing a layout from the sweets and doing that. But on the 4th week, hold on to your britches. We're going to be doing scrapbooking. We're going to do a scrapbook layout. And I know that that is going to absolutely floor several of us, including me, because I have not scrapbooked in over 20 years. Scrapbooking is actually what I did first in paper crafting. So I'm excited about it. And there are actually templates in the catalog, so I'm going to do dimensionals here as well, that are scrapbook layouts. So we're just going to pick some of those and focus on those. So we'll remind you about that down the road. But I am excited about it. So we've got some fun twists that we're doing this season. Okay, there we go. You guys, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? I could shake, I could just do nothing but shake this thing. Okay, I've gone on ahead and I have die cut from Flirty Flamingo a banner using Nested Essentials. So I'm gonna adhere that. You guys know I love me some Nested Essentials, all right? I think I'm going to have to pick up just a little bit of that dimensional right there so I can stick that banner underneath here, just a tad, not a problem. You can see yet another reason why my Take a Pick tool is so very helpful and valuable. There we go. Okay. So that's going to go there. Remember, focal point banner, DSP. I've got a couple more little accents here. Patty the Pig, it comes with some fun things. So I've grabbed his little flags and his party hat because Patty is going to be having a party. I've gone on and cut those out and colored them. Again, you guys, I just can't. Again, I have used the Flirty Flamingo and the Lost Lagoon. With Lost Lagoon, I used light and dark. Okay. And a little adhesive right here. And I'm going to put his party hat on a little bit sideways there because I don't want it to go off the paper. The ears off the paper, that's going to be okay, but I don't want that to. Okay, let's stamp something. Back to basic gray. I've got a scrap of basic white that's 3/4 of an inch wide. And it can be, whoops, sorry guys. It can be however long you want because you're going to trim it down anyway. I'm taking What's Shakin' Bacon because that has to be used, right? Has to be used. Oh, I should cover these up because it is all about Julie Salva to knock them all over. All right. What's Shakin' Bacon? And stamp it. Good. I like it. Okay. And then I'm going to take one end and trim it off. And then I'm going to take the other end. This one was at an angle. I'm going to take the other end and give myself just a little bit of wiggle room because I'm going to be sticking this under Patty the Pig too. Okay, that's going to go like that on an angle. Love it, love it. So that's my sentiment. Now, I know you guys are like, well, Julie, this is super cute. If only you had some gems. Well, I do. I'm going to take some of the Pretty in Pink and Strawberry Slush gems, and I'm actually going to use the clear ones. They have like a little bit of a gold inside of them, and so that's pretty fun. So I'm going to use those and put those on the Flirty Flamingo. If you look at the sample that I'm copying, the layout, you'll see that it also has gems, okay? So this is cute, and it would be cute in and of itself, right? But I'm going to show you a fun fold that is so easy, and some of you who've been stamping for a while will remember this. So I'm going to take my trimmer again, park the dart up here. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to score this side from the upper left, I got to look at my sample, to the bottom right. Okay, upper left, bottom right. And so I'm going to take this upper left point and the bottom right point and make sure that those are even in my cutting tray. Whoops, I think I just knocked them out a little bit. There we go. And I'm just going to score that. All right. And I'm going to fold it in. And this is where we get a little bit nervous, okay? A little bit nervous because when I did it the first time, I'm like, I think I messed that up. But I didn't. I'm going to show you why. The only place you're going to put adhesive is right here. Now, I know some of you are already like, well, Julie, I like that card, but how do you mail it with that shaker in there? Well, you know what? You're not going to. This is the card that you are going to give somebody, like put in a gift bag, something like that. I wouldn't mail it with the shaker. You could. You know, you would get like a little 3D type thing to do it in. But I just put it in a gift bag because it's going to be something they're going to want to display. Oh, Julie, if only they could display it. Hold tight, people. Hold tight. Look at that. Look what happens when I pick it up from here. See how it's going to be able to sit up? Oh, it's going to be great. I want to make sure I have a really good crease here, so I probably, and there's no probably about it, I'm just saying I probably should have, even though I know better, I should have used my bone folder already to burnish this before I adhered, but I didn't. It's all right. Now, how am I going to keep it up? Am I going to keep it sitting up like that? Easiest thing in the world, and we're almost done. I'm going to take a sentiment. I'm using Happy Birthday to You, and I'm going to stamp that on a scrap. Where's Happy Birthday to You? I should have it right over here. I should, right? Yet, here we find ourselves not having it. Yep, here it is right here. Okay. I'm going to take a scrap of white. And I don't know about you, but I keep a little envelope nearby that has scraps in it. And I find I use them all the time. So scrap of white, Happy Birthday to You, stamp. I'm not worried if it's straight or not because I'm getting ready to punch it out. I'm going to use the Modern Oval punch. Fits perfectly. I'll slide it up just a little bit. I like to use my punch upside down because that helps me to get things positioned exactly how I want them. Go back to my dimensionals because whatever you put here, whatever sentiment or whatever accent you put, it has to be elevated up because that's what's going to hold this up. We're almost done. I can't wait. I tried not to do a lot of chit chat tonight. Happy birthday to you. It props that up right there. So there's your card. What's shaking bacon? I don't know. I'm going to open it this way. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it here and I'm going to display it because it's amazing. What do you think? What do you think? What's shaking bacon? Oh my gosh. I love, love, love this card. And again, it'll prop up like that. It'll sit on somebody's desk. So that's your easy fun fold. If you want, you could put some white on the back and that could be where you write your message. So it is a great, great card. I'll put the dimensions in the description so you'll have those. Just remember, you're going to score from the bottom to the top, just on an angle. That's it. That's it. No need to overthink. So I hope you like this. I hope I earned your vote. make sure that you watch Lauren, Lisa, and Jody's videos as well, because they're gonna be amazing. So click like for the one that you like the best. And on Sunday, at the end of the evening, we will be able to tally the votes, see who the winner is, and we're back at it. We'll wear our crown. So thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it so much. Anything you need to know about me is in this YouTube description, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.